So you guys, how are you reacclimating to going outside? HBC fam, how is it going for y'all? I know various states are doing various reopening plans. Here in California, June 15th, people have had that date etched in our minds for a long time,
Yeah.
especially coming from the situation where at one point we were the epicenter of the pandemic for the United States. And so to go from that to now reopening on June 15th, it's a big deal. But people are having issues with going back outside. How y'all feeling about it? Let's talk about it today, y'all. So in
I'm
California,
feeling okay about it.
you
I
feeling
see
okay
her.
about it?
I see everybody's having issues. I was even on a Zoom call yesterday and see that this lady, she had an issue going out. She said everything's open up, but she said she had two kids. And one was getting ready to graduate from high school, and the other one, I'm not too sure what's the age, but
Mm-hmm.
she said she really had her kids inside the house and she did not let them out. And she it's a trust thing right now. So right now, I think she really need therapy. And with that being said, um, you know, everybody needs to connect to a therapist if they need to, because I know I am, but she needs, people need help with therapy on how to acclimate and trust, because it's a big trust thing to come out here in this world now, especially for people that really isolated themselves and stayed in and did join with no crowds and all. So how everybody feeling about that? I'm okay with it,
Yeah. Do
but I
you
know
trust,
some
do
people's
you trust
crazy.
people? Do you trust other people? Do you feel like it even matters?
I don't have no trust issues. So long as I know that I'm covered, I'm covered by the blood. I get tested. I done got my vaccine. Hey, I'm just saying you can't run from death. It's gonna come and knock on your door whenever you not ready or not. Hey.
I hear you. I hear you. Chassie, you have a different perspective. Well, how do you feel about going back outside?
I never went in. So I think it's, I never went inside. So I think it's really important that you focus on, there's a few things what I'm about to do, Task. I was reading an article from USC, that is the University of Central Florida, University of Florida.
Hmm.
It's from Florida, but so we'll see. And so she was saying
Florida's a
something in the
whole
article.
different country.
I know. So just take,
Floridians.
but the article read really, really well. And
Uh-huh.
it said, take a gradual approach to going outside. You know what I mean? And for me, you have to adjust your expectations. The world doesn't look like it used to even 1 year ago. So I'm gonna tell you a couple key things. Set your boundaries, let people know what you are and are not comfortable with. Surround yourself with people that help you feel safe, protected, secure, and grounded. And do things that you can control, that are in your wheelhouse to control. You may not be able to control what's going on outside, but you can control how you respond to that. So, and still try to take a shower, brush your hair, still show up for yourself and prioritize yourself. But just take things slow. And when you're going back to work, um, lower the expectations for yourself. Give yourself some grace and peace as well when you're going back to work, because it's a readjustment. You're reestablishing yourselves. We all are. So I think it's going to be a gradual process. And then also understand, how big does your world need to look? Do you need your whole crew back? Do you just need a couple people? So if the world begins to feel too big for you, narrow that down a little bit to those who make you feel as most safe and secure. That's what I did. I made the choice to continue to live, didn't stay in too long, but stayed in long enough. And I still chose to live life. But I think those are the things that I just said, I believe are some key parameters to take to keep in mind.
That's great, Chassie. I like that breakdown. Take it gradually, reacclimate yourself, set boundaries. And you mentioned the fact about how to gradually go back to work. Guess what, y'all? Folks ain't going back to work. People are actually leaving their jobs. There was a report out recently where people are actually quitting. They're leaving the jobs that they've had while they were in remotely. Folks are basically saying, hey, this remote thing ain't half bad. I don't have to deal with, I'm sure if you're in New York, Atlanta, or LA, you will connect and relate to this. You don't have to deal with traffic, right? And so some people are realizing that, hey, perhaps I should look for another job that will continue to allow me to stay in. So employers are asking people to return to work in the physical building, but people are actually quitting their jobs. So some people are having a hard time really readjusting to what life was before. And also, there's also a plus side to it. There are people who realized their dreams and said, hey, I'm about to go do my dreams, right? People had some more courage and some more time to work on their dreams during the pandemic
Yes.
and started their own businesses during the pandemic,
Hey, we hear it. Happy birthday to us. Happy
right?
birthday. We started.
Come on, HBC. Come on, HBC, and are pursuing
Yes.
their dreams and decided just they're not going back to the work that they used to have. So it's really interesting, especially the restaurant industry has been hit really hard because for various reasons, because they have their own dilemmas, right? Their exposure to people, so they're having a hard time finding workers. Folks are not going back to work. So what do you guys think about that?
I think, like you were saying earlier, Doc, it's silver lining. I think it gives you a chance to establish a new normal for yourself, and a lot of positive things. Like some girlfriends that I know got married, so a lot of positive things have happened. And sometimes I just choose, for us to focus on that. The world itself was unhinged. We got that, but a lot of good things have happened as well. And I think it's a way for you to create a new normal for yourself. And I also believe that it allowed us an opportunity to think that there's more ways, there's more than one way to work. We could work remote, we could work from home, you could work hybrid. The rate that we were killing ourselves to work 6 and 7 and 5 days a week, it truly just showed us that we did not have to work that type of way. So I think this also gave us perspective. And a lot of people are establishing those boundaries like, listen, we don't have to do it the way we used to. And they're requiring some of these employers to take heed to that. So I think they may have to, if they want workers to come back, they're going to have to take heed to people having an opportunity or wanting to work from home. So I don't think it's necessarily all negative. I think it was a balance for sure.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
It's
yes.
so true. What were you gonna say, Karen?
No, I'm just agreeing with her. Oh, yes, it's a balance that you gotta have and everything. I've been enjoying somewhat of being a house mom, but at times I gotta get out of the house. These kids is driving me crazy. So yeah, I don't know, but I know for sure, and you could probably speak on this, Dr. Moore. It's a lot of babies been made this year. A lot of babies came. And
Oh
so,
yes,
yeah,
honey. Oh yes,
so many babies,
they're
so
all
many people.
delivering right about
Yeah.
now.
Yes,
I have a lot
yes,
of patients who are delivering now. But yeah, there was a whole lot of comforting going on during the pandemic, a whole lot of cuffing season, and the pandemic was a mighty collaboration. But yeah, and to your point, I'm wondering if we are creating dual dual culture, right? Because we still have people who are all about the corporate life, all about hitting it hard, all about, going to work those long hours. And I don't know if this cultural shift is going to last. Is it transient? Is it permanent? Are we going to have a siesta eventually in America? I don't know. But one thing's for sure, there seems to be a split between those who are vaccinated, because people who are vaccinated either were motivated because they actually saw family members die, lost multiple family members. I know someone who lost 3 family members, and
Ooh.
and we're just people who are motivated to be vaccinated so that they can go back outside and do everything. And then you have people who are not so comfortable with the vaccine, who don't want to get vaccinated, but people who are vaccinated, like, y'all holding us up. What is going on? We need y'all to be on board, all for one or one for all, or whatever that is. Um, so are we creating tension? Are tension starting to escalate because there are some restrictions still, right? We know that the
Mhm.
transmission rate for outdoors is supposed to be less than 1% and may even be as low as less than 0.1%. So really though, for outdoor events, for outdoor activities, however, at least in California, there's still restriction even if you're vaccinated. If you're attending like a live performance or a gathering of some sort, you still are recommended to wear a face mask. So folks are upset. There are people who are legitimately upset about feeling that, well, I got vaccinated so that I don't have to do this, so that life can resume. But because not everyone's vaccinated, there is this tensioning. What do you guys think about that tensioning?
Karen, what you want to do, Karen? I think the thing is, for me, you're not going to get 100% compliance. You're not. It's just human behavior. So I think you do the best you can with the pool of people that we have, and you still have to continue life. You can't control, because we have choice. We have will. This is a privilege that we have living in the United States, that we have been given this liberty to choose what we want to do. So we have choice, just like pro-choice, pro-life. I'm not going to force you to do that. I'm pro-vaccination. I'm not against it. I'm not for it. I'm pro your choice. Whatever you want to do that keeps you safe and your family, that's what you need to do to make you feel safe. I'm not going to shame you. And then I don't want to be shamed for not doing it either. It's my personal choice. I live alone. My family isn't near me. I get tested every week. I'm okay in that regard. But I also take on the risk of knowing that if I do get it, I understand that risk as well. So when you have human choice and free will, you're not going to get 100% compliance. You're not. If you got vaccination and you can travel, you better travel and go ahead and live your life and don't put your life on hold for nobody else. So I'm not going to hold my life I'm not going to hold myself hostage just because somebody did or did not get vaccinated. You have to make that choice. That's that one choice that we talked about control. That's that one choice that you do have and that you can control, is your choice to live this life. So,
What about you,
yeah.
Karen? Like, how do you feel about this vaccine, anti-vaccine, vaccinating, not vaccinating? We are having issues with each other. You know, there's a point where I have heard that there are some conspiracy theorists that are now wearing masks, some anti-vaxxers, not just those who decided not to vaccinate, but are actually anti-vaxxers, who have decided to wear masks because they're anticipated then all the vaccinated folks are going to dissipate and have some random thing happen that's going to go through the air and catch them. And they don't want to be a
I've
part
been
of that.
hearing that.
They are now actually wearing masks, not for COVID, but not to get whatever the vaccine is going to give the ones who are vaccinated. What in the world is going on, Karen? What is going on?
Well, I heard that several times. That's why with Chaz, I'm not like I'm for it. Whatever you want, whatever you like, whatever's gonna work with you. Don't shame me because I got it or don't got it. Whatever works for you. And I do hear people saying, "Oh, well, I'm just waiting for everybody to just fall out and just leave. Everybody got vaccinated." Don't. I mean, like, teachers on. Everybody got their own little thing, but don't shame. This not should be a thing to shame people or to talk down on whatever situation, because we're gonna run past any and everybody. What you gonna do when you get past somebody that's you vaccinated and they you gonna ask, are you vaccinated? Are you vaccinated? Are you what are you gonna do? No, we all ain't gonna do that. So live your life the way you want to. And I hope everybody just go into this world living a new every year should be a totally different type of world anyway, personally. So
Right, right,
so,
right, right.
so live the life to the fullest that you want to. No shot, no everything that's out here that's going on. Going if that's gonna stop you from doing stuff, you just gonna get stopped for doing anything in life, period. You just gonna get stopped for doing anything. So hey, you can't run from death.
Isn't that the truth, right? Isn't that the truth? That's so true. So what was for all the things that we had to stop and we couldn't participate in, what, talking about living your life, what is the most exciting thing that you guys are excited to be able to do again?
Leave the country.
Yeah. Go to concerts. Go to
Mm.
Go to events. Yeah, I
Yeah.
like these
Dancing. Oh,
yeah.
go to a like Afro
Yeah.
club night at the Savoy in Inglewood, or go salsa
Yes.
dancing. Like, yeah, Afro beats. Oh, yes, dancing. I
Gathering
miss
of
that a
people.
lot.
So we
Mhm.
have head wrap in the park coming up, you know, like all the
Ooh.
cultural events that traditionally happen
Yeah.
every year. And then we have new events. Club Quarantine is out on August 29th. I will be in the house. So there are all these events with the community just gathering. We're gonna have some major parties this summer. Okay, y'all.
Yes.
The peoples have missed the peoples. There is something about the people gathering,
Right.
and we have missed each other. And listen, gathering is in our DNA. We're human nature is more towards gathering than isolation. We are built to gather, to be
Yeah.
community, live in community. So to be so
We
separate,
are tribal. Humans are tribal. We are not meant
Yeah.
to live alone. We are not meant to be alone. Not for long extended periods of time. That's not conducive to your mental health. That's not conducive to your physical health. It's not conducive to no parts of your life. So
say
the
that again. Again, and
so
shout out to all my patients who are now resuming their level of activities. A lot of people gained some LBs, some serious LBs during COVID. So I'm excited. I'm gonna put that out there. I'm excited for my patients who are able to get back out and able to be active again, because we are meant to move. The body is meant not to be stable, but to move. And it showed all through the pandemic. Boy, did we learn some lessons, man. So you're right. We're intentionally tribal. We're meant to be tribal. We're meant to grow in communities. And I'm so excited for all the community events that are starting to resume again. I'm excited about, the ability to go out and walk more and to exercise more. Not that you couldn't during the pandemic. I mean, you certainly could have wear your mask and get out, but a lot of people felt apprehensive. People watched family members die. And so that created a certain level of trauma. Let's talk about that part, right? So people have serious anxiety. I'm not saying figuratively, or I'm saying literally. There are people who are truly anxious from a place of trauma. They have
yeah.
multiple family members pass away. Perhaps they themselves came close to passing away. So this consuming a lifestyle in the outdoors is not so easy for some people. What do you guys think people who have been truly traumatized should do?
Like I said, therapy. Therapy is best for everybody. So I and like I said, I ran into a person that got this, they thing is trust. They think it's trust about getting into the world. And like Chad said, it's your level of trust that you want to do, invite as many people in your circle as you want. If you think it's too much, then hey, back out, boundaries. So I understand, like my mom, I say it all the time, my mama crazy. She didn't got the vaccine stuff and still saying I'm being around all these people. So I'll be all like, mama, for real, like what was the point of getting the vaccine? But she'll like, well, I got it, I'm be here, but I still need you to go get this. Like she be using me as Uber Eats, Postmates, and all that stuff. And I'm all like, I ain't getting paid for none of this stuff. But okay. But that's how people are. I
Right.
don't know. It's
That's
I
hilarious.
don't know. It's the people that's older, over the age of 60 or what? Because I know my mom was over the age of 60, and then like I said, I called her, Mama, you a little touch, you crazy at times because you do one thing and then show another thing. So I don't know.
There may be some people who may be milking it.
Mm. Karen's mama.
There may be some people who may be milking the benefits of the pandemic,
Mhm. Yeah.
victimization of the pandemic. But you're right. I like that you said, yeah, there's a certain point, there's a certain group who may actually need therapy, who may
Mhm.
actually need some mental health services so that they can know how to, in a
Mhm.
healthy manner, resume their outdoor activities coming from their experiences. So we want to make sure that people know, like, know where you are, know whether or
Mhm.
not you are truly traumatized. And if
Mhm.
you identify that you're truly traumatized from your experience, either from direct exposure to the trauma or
Mhm.
just from a collective exposure to trauma. And if you are one of those people that you realize you're having anxiety symptoms or you're having
Mhm.
depression symptoms, definitely hit up your mental health providers or hit us up on HPC. We'll connect with you and hit you up with one of our clinicians on the team, like our fabulous Chasity, who's here this evening with us, so that you can get those proper steps to be able to resume outdoor activities. Everybody else, you on your own. No, I'm teasing. Everybody
You know, one thing I can't say, because you didn't shout out to your patients that's doing I can't say shout out to my clients that, came back in, brought more people, because being in this massage, they are like, I'm gonna need that. They calling
Folks is
more and
tense.
more.
We tense.
So I know a lot of people's going crazy. I need a massage back. I need to get my hair done. They calling. So yes.
And Karen, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Those are the
Yes.
things that you can control in ways that you can still promote self-care and you can show up for yourself. I
Yes.
had before, we were all wearing sweatpants or no pants, just tops, so we could show up on camera. So this is our opportunity to wear all those clothes you bought online that have been delivered
Lord
to your
knows I
house.
bought a lot.
You know what I mean? So it's just, just take the only thing that I would say to that to your point, to that, Dr. Moore, is just do gradual. Just grant yourself some grace and peace. Take time for yourself. And this is a gradual process. Because and the thing is, the same thing that kept you the same thing that put you in a house is going to be the same thing that keep you in a house if you don't reestablish some boundaries for yourself or reestablish some different types of routines and things like that, because those repetitive natures cause you anxiety to get out the house. Okay, let me wash my hands 5 times. Let me make sure I did this. Let me make sure I like that. All of those things that kept you in the house, that made you feel safe, is going to be the same things that prevent you from leaving. So make sure you have a healthy balance of a healthy routine that'll help you maintain your safety once you do decide to go back out.
There are some people who just don't have that level of self awareness. They may not recognize or be so aware of their actions. What if I have a family member and I'm realizing she's not going nowhere? like, and she's always a little bit anxious, but she may not be as self aware. How do I, address that issue with my loved one who I recognize may be having some issues with resuming life on the outdoors?
So one thing that I will say, to Karen's point, we've never seen so many virtual mental health professionals. So you don't even have to leave your house to get the help that you need nowadays. Or virtual, I can come to you on Zoom. So, but the other thing is, how real is for them, like, don't minimize how the person feels, because it may not be real to you, but it's very real to them. But what you can do is just ask one simple question: is, in this moment right now with you sitting with me, are you safe? That allows them to understand, is this a real alarm or is this a false alarm? And am I safe in this current moment? So just being there, being patient. Someone's panic attack or anxiety attack may look very frivolous to you and minute, but don't demean that person. Don't minimize their feelings. Just ask them, like, I am here for you. You are safe. Do you feel safe? You are in your home. Whatever's out there, cannot get you in this very moment that we are in right now. So what you're doing is helping them to establish some sense of reality and get them out of the false reality that's in their head. So just comforting, helping support, and just sometimes just being there and being quiet sometimes. So those are some things that you can do.
I
Just some
love
quick
that.
steps.
I love that, Chastity. I love that. And it may be a journey for some people. Some people may resume life this year, and others it may take till next year, and others even longer than that. And so it's just,
Dr. Moore, we're going to see the residual effects of this, not only through mental health, you're going to see it through our education system. You're going to see it through, it's going to be perpetuated a lot of ways. And it's going to be some years that we're going to see the residual. We're going to see years of this from 1 year of COVID. 1 year of COVID. We're going to see residual effects for years down the line.
yes, yes.
For years down the line.
You were so right about that, from the mental health perspective, from the economical perspective, from the physical health perspective, a whole lot of babies perspective. So you're right. I love you guys. This was so awesome. And I'm so excited to see y'all on the outside too. All right. Come on, Karen. Where can they find you?
They can find me at What a Church.
I love it. I love it. Come on, Chassie, who will make it work wherever she is. Come on, Miss.
Right, sitting on the floor in somebody's hallway. I at miss._Chaz, CHAZ on IG.
Awesome. And I am Dr. T, the hand behind the handle.
The handle.
Oh my gosh. It's always great to be on here with you guys. I'm so excited to see some of you, HBC fam, on the outside. Thank you for following us. Hope you like this video. Tell us, what is your experience like resuming outdoors? Hit us up in the comment section. We want to know, how are you resuming life? Are you enjoying it? Are you having some apprehension? Are you witnessing other people having apprehension? What is your experience? We're all in this together. Let's talk about it. Hit us up in the comment section, and see you on the next episode. Bye, y'all.
Bye.